Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure the Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
Chip chipperoo, Mr. Bronca cameo fans.
It's absolutely true. We go gaga for Bronca in this episode.
I just thought of a Mr. Bronca cameo, like the app cameo, and I was like, oh, man.
If only...
Not David Herman, not the voice actor. Sorry, David Herman, you're phenomenal. And go get a cameo from him if you can, because I'm sure he will do all sorts of voices for you. But I just want Mr. Bronca. I want animated Mr. Bronca on my phone.
Oh, I thought you wanted him to become a real person.
Oh, that too. I would love to.
So does the animated character have their own cameo?
Yeah, their own cameo app.
Oh, I love that too.
Yeah.
Let me put a pin in Mr. Franca's. Is it
Bronca? You are combining Frond and Bronca, two very
different
characters, but both who make appearances in this episode.
Yes, it's true. Mr. Bronca's love for Matt Damon in this episode is so amazing, but we're getting way ahead of ourselves.
Way ahead of ourselves. We've got a little business before we get into that stuff, okay? And when I say business, it's fun business. Our business is not like...
It's Mr. Business.
Yeah,
you're not sassy.
It's not like you're not going to sit in a cubicle and type business.
Right. What's that show that we loved?
Succession.
Well, duh. It's not called Severance. It's the one where they're you go into this workplace, you disassociate from your life.
That's Severance.
It is called Severance?
Yeah, because they sever.
That's so good. But we're not talking about Severance is what I'm
No,
trying to say.
Or Succession. We have to talk about Bob's Credit Secret Menu, our Patreon, because we have a new Patreon subscriber and we have to burger pun their name.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Michael Calder. Moving forward, you will be known as the Chicken Thighcle Cauliflower Burger.
Wow. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. So we have cauliflower and we have a chicken
thigh.
Fried chicken thighs.
Oh, that sounds kind of good, actually.
I just made it fried.
I like a fried chicken thigh.
I fry everything.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Michael, welcome.
Yeah.
So glad to have you.
Thank you for joining us, Michael. You did say you were going to pop into Discord soon. Hopefully you're in there. If you're not, we'll see you very soon. And I hope you're enjoying all of the bonus stuff we have on Patreon. We have a lot. And what else, Skylar?
Business-wise, just as of recording this news will be way too late. Once you're listening to this, we have a watch party tomorrow. Did you forget?
I did not forget.
Okay. It's a big day for us. We have a watch party tomorrow, and we're watching our neighbor's dog named Ralphie. It's just a really big day full of joy.
I guess you could say we're having two watch parties tomorrow.
We are. Oh, watch party. That was a fun show too.
What, watch party?
Search party.
Search party. Wow.
Just delete everything I say.
I would just be talking to myself and there's just dead air for an entire episode.
All right. Before I make any more mistakes.
Do you want to play a little Bob Pun or Max Pun?
I do.
You might make some mistakes in this game.
Well, that's just a given. I've acclimated.
But speaking of mistakes, I owe you an apology.
You do?
I'm sure this has happened in the past, and I just don't know it, but last time we did pest control trucks, I did Pest Side Story and said it was a Max pun, and then I saw it when I was searching puns this week, and it was a Bob's pun as well. So...
You know what? You don't need to apologize for that. I think the rules of the game, because you can't go through, 200 episodes? If you think in your head that you made it up, that's how we'll play it.
I did think it in my head, and I sometimes do go check. I can do a quick search.
Yeah.
But I guess that one I was so certain it was mine.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize. You do, however, have to apologize for explaining to me that the compost bags could be thrown away. And I said, no, they can't. And we had a huge back and forth about it. And you never came to me and said, you know what, Skylar, you are right. They can't be thrown away.
Is anything else you want to vent about?
No.
Okay. Anything else I should apologize for on that list?
Well, you haven't yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't need to say I'm sorry. Just you're right.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
You're always right.
No,
No,
that's not true.
we don't believe in that. Are you ready for your first pun? Hopefully, I did not steal the ones that I made up from Bob's.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, we're doing pest control trucks. I don't know if I said that. I know I said last time we did pest control trucks.
I don't know. I think you did.
Okay. Your first pun is Flaming of the Shrew.
Max.
Bob's.
Darn it.
Your next pun is Boom Goes the Dying Mite.
Bob's.
Yes. Your next pun is Do I Make You Hornet, Baby? I had
Please
to do
be
it.
Max. Please be Max.
It is, Max.
Oh my God, I love you.
And your final pun is Possum Like It Hot.
What?
Possum Like It Hot.
Max.
Yes, because we've had possums in our yard and Biscuit chases them.
And we've also.
The baby possums.
Oh my God.
He would not go near a big possum, I don't think. I think
he would.
Oh.
I think he would. We were in the yard, and I'm talking about a baby possum. Like, what's this size of what is this size that I'm holding up?
Lime? A lemon?
2 lemons. The size of 2 lemons. There's a baby possum, and Biscuit, like, wanted to play with it so bad, and the possum was so scared, and its mouth wasn't big enough to bite Biscuit, so it was just trying to bite him. That was a morning. Anyway, those were all very fun, and I loved the 2. Did you do 2? I loved those 2.
Thank you. Hopefully I didn't steal them.
I don't think you stole those. Those are so Max specific. And you don't steal anyway. It's just a coincidence. Are you ready for Skylar's Sides, the fun facts, before the fun facts?
I feel like, because I know the one that's coming, I normally say, dish it, girl, like Zeke, but I think this time I should say, like, dish it, baby.
Yes, I love it. All right, this news will be a little bit old, not too old by the time this episode comes out. So you may have heard this exciting breaking news from Lauren Bouchard, but I thought we'd dive a little bit deeper than the tidbits you see on social media. So it is official. Lauren Bouchard confirmed that Marshmallow has been revoiced. The actor that will be voicing Marshmallow is Jari Jones. Highly recommend following them on Instagram. I am Jari Jones. And let's rewind a little bit. When I posted this on Instagram, some people were like, what happened to the other voice actor? If you're not caught up on the news, David Herman, who voices Mr. Fraun, Mr. Bronca, he voiced Marshmallow. And I believe right after, is it called Central Park?
Central Park, the show.
Central Park. Central Park is from Friends.
Yeah. They
recast some of their characters so that white actors weren't voicing black actors. And right after that, I don't know the behind the scenes of it. Herman stepped down from voicing Marshmallow. This was a while ago. It was before the movie. As we mentioned a few weeks ago, we haven't seen Marshmallow since the Bleakening.
Yeah. Well, haven't heard from Marshmallow technically, because we did. I think we'll get some appearances of Marshmallow in like crowd scenes coming up in this series.
That makes sense.
And also the phenomenal little dance sequence in the end credits of the movie.
Right, exactly. In which she dons a pride flag inspired outfit. So it was important to Lauren Bouchard that Marshmallow be voiced by, I don't know what the casting process looked like. It was important that Marshmallow was voiced by a black actor. It looks like, from all the info I have in front of me, it was important that it that they were a Black trans actor. I am so excited about this news. And there's something else. I want to read to you what Lauren Bouchard said when he announced this news. And it was actually in a response to a tweet from North to Wharf. So Lauren said, speaking for myself, I was well-intentioned but ignorant when we launched that character, Marshmallow. Still learning every day. Marshmallow is trans. I'm glad the Belchers are flying around somewhere in her orbit, and glad I am Jari Jones agreed to loan M her voice. I think this is so important because to admit that maybe you are ignorant and that you're rewriting that is how change is going to happen. When we get stuck in shame and then get defensive and double down and aren't open to learning, that's when things get dangerous. So I don't know. Once again, Lauren Bouchard has proved to be one of my favorite people.
Yeah, and I get it. And I know people out there are like, it's a voice actor and that's what a voice actor does. And obviously Bob's has like men voicing women. And I think there is an argument there to be said for voice acting is you're doing all sorts of voices, especially when you're someone who gets hired to do multiple voices for a show and stuff like that. But I think especially in what's going on in our world currently, especially in the trans community, especially in we talked about last week with drag queens, and it's important to have this representation. Like if you can, like it's not going to hurt anything here to have, yeah. It's special to have someone who can properly represent. Yeah. What's so special about Marshmallow on a show like this?
Yes, they're going to bring, I mean, can you imagine if the other two writers, if there was no gay representation in that room, that show, guys, you have to watch it. It's such a good comedy.
Oh, I was confused what you were saying because you said the other two writers, and I was like, the other two writers on Bob's?
Sorry,
the other two okay, I see what you're saying. The other two great show.
It's just the way they write their gay characters is so clear that this is from a lived experience. So
yeah, there's a lot of commentary on being gay and being in the industry and like how gay people are treated in the industry and in life and stuff like that, and poking fun at certain things. And yeah, I agree that if it wasn't coming from someone with experience, it would be
they
a much different type of satire. Or yeah.
So I'm just where I went down that tangent is that I'm excited to see what Jari is going to bring to the whole cast and crew. And then you were saying, like, it doesn't hurt. What I want to say is it actually helps significantly, because the thing that we have to talk about here is when it comes to, especially in the industry, people who never are represented and never get the chance to be represented. And then you're using a white cis male to voice a Black trans character. For me, you're just not making space for actors that are traditionally cast aside. So I don't know. Anyway, it's exciting.
I'm excited. I'm so excited to have Marshmallow back, and so excited that Jari is a part of this big, wonderful, inclusive family that is Bob's Burgers and the fans and the creators and the community.
Amen.
Should we get into this episode?
Let's do it.
Skylar, can we have the title and synopsis for Season 8, Episode 9, please?
The title is Y tu Gaga Tambien. Mr. Frond has brought Gaga Ball to Wagstaff, and the kids of recess are obsessed. Except for Jean, who wonders why the cult-like fervor. He has a monkey booby topiary to attend to after all. Meanwhile, Linda replaces the Wizard of Books for story time at the library. Until he shows up. We have a read-off, folks.
This episode came out on March 11th, 2018. It was written by Scott Jacobson and directed by Brian Lo Schiavo. Let me just say, I need like monkey booby topiary on a t-shirt with no explanation.
Gene would love that.
Tell me how you feel about this episode.
You tell me.
Well, I have a very nostalgia-filled spot in my heart for Gaga.
Tell us.
Because I went to sleepaway camp.
You just call it Gaga.
Gaga, yes.
You don't even need the ball.
Well, Gaga, it's originally called Gaga, which means touch, touch in Hebrew. And I used to play Gaga in the pit, just like you see in here, at my sleepaway camp, which was a Jewish sleepaway camp.
Amazing.
And it was the best. Like, it was so much fun. And we'd play like Muddy Gaga. You'd get the pit all soaking wet, and you just get dirty and play this game. And it is a lot of fun to play.
Oh, that sounds like camp heaven.
It's great. It's like so much fun. Maybe you, me, and Biscuit should play some after we record this.
We can set it up like Linda.
Like they do in the living room.
I love how Bob gets hooked on it too. He's like, no bedtimes. This is our life now.
I love it too. It's a lot of fun. If you have never played, I recommend trying to find a place where you can play it and try it. You'll have a blast. Don't tell Gene.
Buy one recently? No, I was Googling photos.
That's the modern day
driving
by things. Yeah.
So you have the nostalgia factor. How did you feel about this episode?
I felt for Gene. Like I love this as a Gene episode because I love what they're saying about like not everyone has to be into the one thing that everyone's into, and it's okay if you're not.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we see that so much.
Were there things that people were so into?
Let's take you in Star Wars, or even me in Star Wars. Like I appreciate the love for it. I appreciate, like, I love going to like Galaxy's Edge and seeing the world and stuff like that. I can appreciate the movies to a certain extent. There's maybe too many spin-offs for me, but like, if I don't like it, that's okay. Like, if you don't like it, it's okay. You don't have to love it, and people don't have to be shocked or offended if you don't love it.
You know what? I think Trader Joe's might be my thing.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's my adult thing. I appreciate Trader Joe's. I like their brand stuff, but I am so tired of people telling me I should like it, and I'm so tired of people telling me that they have an obsession with it. And that's not to take away your love for it. I'm done with the conversation.
That being said, Trader Joe's, if you'd like to pay us to say how much we love all of your products, we are here for you.
Yeah.
We will sell out in an instant.
You know, I always say that we should get more emotional depth from Gene, and that we need more episodes that center him. And here comes this episode that I totally forgot about. And he has I would call him the protagonist of the episode. He has a whole emotional arc. He follows through. He stands for something and commits himself to winning the Gaga Ball tournament in order to speak his truth. And the fact that he's kind of like helping out Zeke along the way is so endearing. The emotional catharsis of this episode hits 100% for me.
Yeah. It's a great episode for Gene.
Humor, on the other hand, also hits 1,000,000% for me.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned Zeke. I love the flip-flop with Rudy and Zeke.
Oh, so good.
Starting with the flashback they show of poor Rudy trying to play basketball with Zeke, and Zeke's just swatting every shot away.
Not even in a mean way, just like your hopeless way.
Yeah. And then for it to flip-flop where Rudy's the star. By the way, love seeing Rudy be the star. I love Brian Husky as Rudy in this episode. I love Rudy getting his time to shine.
He's so funny. Actually, as you're saying that, I see a parallel between Mr. Frond and Rudy.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Mr. Frond's idea is all popular.
Yeah.
He's got some power hungry in him. And so the locker, Rudy's leaning back, and I think it's Gene's like, why is he standing like Matthew McConaughey?
All of the famous Hollywood Matts are mentioned in this episode, pretty much. Matt McConaughey, that's weird. So used to saying his full name. Matthew Damon. No, it doesn't work.
No.
It doesn't work. Yeah, I love the Frond flashback of him playing with the roly-polies.
Roly-polies were big in my childhood.
Oh, yeah, same.
Yeah.
Love roly-polies.
Yes.
I didn't realize they were crustaceans. Thank you, Bob's Burgers, for teaching me something.
Exactly. I mean, you didn't save a life with the Heimlich maneuver, but at least you know.
At least I know that roly-polies are crustaceans now, and that's all that matters.
This is probably my favorite. I like Mr. Frond. Some people are like, he is my favorite character. That's not me. I loved him in this episode. This probably is one of my favorite Frond episodes.
Yeah, I think this is a good Frond episode. And it gives you a little sympathy, like seeing that flashback, I think.
Just as a boy, crazy girl, there are so many great lines. This is you laugh out loud at every line moment. When Tina's like, I will never play Gaga Ball. And Jimmy Jr.'s, hey, Tina, we're going to play Gaga Ball. And she's like, bye. She runs to the Gaga Ball. It's
like you should have been done saying the other sentence before that happens. It's a great moment. I want to talk real quick about like the crowd of kids that plays here.
Okay.
Because there's one kid with quite the head of hair that I pointed out to Skylar a few times. And that kid is in our Instagram carousel right now for this episode. Who is this kid? Do we see this kid again? If you know, let us know either in the comments of that post or in our DMs. We need to know more. This kid's hair is something else.
It's a character of its own.
Yeah.
And Max could not stop pointing and saying, look at his hair, Skylar.
Yeah. Great character. I hope I get to see this kid again.
Okay.
We also get back for the first time since season 5. Wayne is back. He was in Adventures in Chinchilla Sitting, voiced by Andy Richter, who, Conan O'Brien's couch man, I guess. His, what's the guy's name? Johnny Carson's guy, Ed.
I think we get it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not that old. I'm Conan old. I'm not Johnny Carson old.
Okay. You're Matt Damon jokes old.
Yeah. So Wayne has his glasses broken by Rudy early on in the episode, and then every shot after, his glasses are taped up. If you look for them, that's in our Instagram carousel. I think I saw one time where there was a mistake, like they were like wrapped up and then they weren't wrapped and then they wrapped again. But we got a picture of his wrapped glasses in the carousel right after my crazy haired random kid in the background.
I love details like that. I also like the little mistakes. It just reminds me that like these are real people. Like, I mean, sorry, I don't want to talk about AI right now, but I love that real people are drawing this and blah, blah, blah. Anyway,
yeah.
Should we talk about the B story?
We should talk about the B story because we have not spoken about it yet.
Linda really wants to go tell story time, but she wants a character.
Yeah.
And what character does she go with?
Punky Bookster, based on Punky Brewster, obviously.
I love the pigtails. The pigtails are giving me... can you tell that we've been watching Queer Eye because JVN goes, it's giving me this, it's giving me that. That was a good impression. It's giving me slumber party fashion show. Pigtails.
That's a pigtail fun fact I have for you, is that this is the second appearance of Linda in pigtails since Slumber Party, season 4.
So is this the second time we kind of see her ears?
I
don't know.
Might be.
Sometimes Linda, it's too much, but I really appreciated her throwing her whole heart and soul into this book reading. And then I think the sleeper hit of this episode is Teddy.
Isn't it always? Mm-hmm. Teddy coming in, the moment where they're leaving, they have to get out of there quickly, out of the library, and they're leaving the guitar and the amp, and Linda's just like, leave it. And he said, that's Mort's.
Are you sure?
Are you sure it's Mort's?
Like, yes.
Just leave it.
He was like, gonna be her lighting man and
pyrotechnics.
And he takes it just as seriously as Linda. God bless him.
Can we get like a cutaway of Mort playing his guitar in the morgue?
Do you remember in season 1 when we go into his kind of like 80s modern bachelor pad?
Yeah.
The guitar kind of fits in that apartment.
Yeah, I think so.
Can you see him just like playing? What songs do you play at funerals?
Oh,
Amazing Grace? I don't know.
What's the one I want played at my funeral?
Oh, I know.
Oh, it's the one from Nathan for You.
Yes, funerals are sad.
What is it? Yeah.
Or death is sad.
Death is so sad.
Death is so sad.
Should I play it?
Sure. Let's do it. I think you have to give a little bit of the context.
So Nathan For You is a show where he is hired to help businesses.
But they don't know he's a comedian and pitching ridiculous comedic ideas.
Yeah.
He pitches for people who aren't popular to hire friends to come to the funeral.
With a full script. And it's a musical, apparently.
So he was like, let me do a test run funeral for you. And so he hires all these actors who aren't in on the joke either. So they are so serious when they're singing, "Death is so sad."
Which also, by the way, I'm sure he sent them just the scripts and not the music. So they're like, this is the first time they're singing these words, and they're all trying to like sing along with it.
Please join me in singing "Death Happens,"
I'm about to
an original funeral song by Nathan Fielder as you come up to view the body.
Death is so sad. Death is sad. But it happens. And things get better for a friend.
I love it so much. Anyway, go watch Nathan For You. It's hilarious.
And then what was his new show?
The Rehearsal.
Brilliant.
Also brilliant.
Television.
Yeah.
You guys, brilliant television.
Yeah.
You have to go watch it.
You know, he's voiced characters on Bob's.
He has.
So this is a proper tangent.
It's a proper.
A proper tangent. Should we get into the end credits?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. So the final moment is the kids on the playground just kind of like discussing what just happened with Gene and going back to normal and all that stuff before we get into the end credits.
Yeah. The only thing I can remember doing in recess was walking around the track singing Mariah Carey songs.
Oh, okay. Interesting. What Mariah Carey songs?
And you'll always be my baby.
Oh, that's a good one.
And we'll linger on.
When you look at that hedge over there, what do you see?
A hedge. No, wait. A hippo?
With a man bun?
Yeah, I see it.
I'm gonna say I see it.
I got a date with you later, Mr. Hippo Man Bun Shrub. Okay, let's do this.
What happens as we go into the end credits there?
We're on a vertical kick. Vertical credits on the left side of the screen. We see some kids' hands batting the Gaga ball kind of into the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And then in big block fun letters. What was the first word? We have Gaga right
Both
here.
Gaga.
Both? Oh.
Both were Gaga.
Two Gagas.
Yeah. I think it's all the words we're going to see are all Gaga.
Okay,
throughout
the
these
block
end credits.
letters.
Yeah.
All right, we have Gene. Man, he is phenomenal at this sport. Hit a ball and it's beautiful. We have Rudy hit a ball, and then we have another block letter Gaga.
Yeah, being like the ball's kind of like bouncing toward the screen, flying towards the screen, and Gaga is being spelled out as the ball makes its
Descends.
trajectory. There you go.
Words are so hard.
Some of these are so hard to describe.
I know.
So then we get Tina,
Yes.
who gives it a swat and then knocks over like a tower, like Jenga style, that says Gaga,
Love it.
followed by Louise.
Yep.
Okay, what happened when you
Sorry.
laughed there?
So we have two Gaga balls, break down some Gaga letters, and then we have a circle of kids, but kind of just their legs, and people are like getting hit and out. And then we have a ball just bouncing
Through the pit.
through the pit. You see the pit's wall, and you kind of just see all the kids. But then what I laughed at hysterically was we have these group of kids who like to pretend they're kittens during recess. This so happened.
I love the kitten kids.
I love it.
The kitten kids are up on the Instagram carousel for sure.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You hear someone in the episode when Gene makes his big speech, like, let's do our what we love at recess. You hear someone be like, I want to melt crayons, blah, 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 blah. And they don't say it, you just hear meow.
So good.
You just got banged.
Okay, through Zeke's legs, because, well, it was a lucky shot, I guess. Past Bob, who we know loves it.
As we hear Tina say, you just got banged.
one of my favorite scenes in this episode.
So good.
So good.
Tina.
Tina,
Oh, God.
I banged you. I banged you. I'm going to bang the whole school. We got Linda in her punky bookster outfit.
With the guitar.
The ball bounces past her. Then we have Jimmy Jr. do his dance move to evade the ball.
Yeah, he's great at evading the ball because he's got the moves. He's been practicing.
Yes. And then we get the book wizard. The ball bounces past him. Yes.
Tell me what happens when you said
We
yes.
get a slow pan up of Mr. Frond, his foot on the ball, until bam, he gets hit in the head with another ball. We are back to the bouncing ball
In the pit.
And all the kids. We have Zeke. We have Henry.
Wayne. He looks like Henry, but no tape on Wayne's glasses here.
Oh, good to note. We have all the kids cheering. What's the ball going to do?
So it bounces. We see more kids. We see Tina and then Louise.
And then a white screen. It's as if the ball is in a bowling lane kind of, and it's from the camera all the way to Gene, and he smacks that ball
Towards the screen.
Screen
Black
goes
out.
black.
And there you go.
So fun.
Those are the end credits to Y2 Gaga Tambien, which, by the way, I forgot to mention is a play on the 2001 Mexican film Y2 Mama Tambien.
Highlights are the kitty cats for me.
Oh, easily. The kitty cats. The song is great,
The song is great.
as usual.
Mr. Franz moment is great. I'm happy we get to see Bob. I like Jimmy Jr.'s dance move.
Should we score them?
Let's score him.
We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's
I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, I am going to say that you pointing out the kitty cat kids to me bumped this a lot higher for me.
The Tina's banged
Lines,
so good.
I'm going to give it an 8.5 H's.
I'll give it a 9.
Oh, wow.
I love this song. I love all the kids gathering together. I love Gene getting to be really physically good at something.
Yeah, and I love him like ending the credits too, because this was his episode.
It was his episode.
Yeah.
We got Rudy in there. I could have gotten a little more Rudy. Do you have the lyrics for us?
Could always have I do have the lyrics. The lyrics are Gaga to your mama, oh Gaga at your papa, Gaga bring your sister, Gaga come one come all. And then we hear Monkey Booby Man.
Love it.
And then we're playing Gaga Ball. You just got banged. Oh, Gaga, gonna get you. Gaga and the Butterbeans. Gaga, we're playing Gaga.
The Butterbeans line is a throwback to Zeke at the beginning of the episode. He's like, you can't hit the ball into people's Butterbeans.
Mm-hmm.
That's
it.
it.
I loved it so much too. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Go follow us right now. As we said, you got to see these images. You got to see the cat kids.
The kitty cat
The
kids.
kitty cat kids. Bob's credits on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on everywhere. Pretty much everywhere you want to follow us. And anything else you want to say before we get?
Leave us a review. We would love that. But
Please.
also DM us, because sometimes we talk to a lot of our followers through DMs, but a lot of times I don't think they're podcast listeners. So if you're a podcast listener, just dive into our DM and say, hey, I listen to the podcast because we like knowing your names and starting combos with you.
Exactly.
And just learning more about you.
Yes, please do.
All right.
All right, Skylar, what do you want to say to everyone before we get out of here?
Stay gaga. That doesn't work.
Stay smacky. Smack the ball
like
at
it.
your face. Stay banged. Get banged. Everyone go get banged.
Okay. Goodbye.